Hi, everyone, and welcome to my brand new podcast, All or Nothing with Anita Nicole. I'm so excited to share this journey with you as I introduce you to people who share some of their lifelong stories. I hope their stories inspire you and ultimately help you to elevate your life. This has been a lifelong passion of mine, so I really hope you enjoy this podcast. I look forward to the feedback, and if you have any questions or comments, please do share. Now it's time for us to elevate together. Hi everyone, and welcome to the All or Nothing podcast with me, Anita Nicole. Today we have Bre. Say hey, Bre.
Hey.
And for those that don't know, me and Bre actually went to the Brit School together.
Yes.
So it's lovely to see her again. So let's get into it, Bre. So for everyone listening, can you tell us a bit about who you are, what you do, and a brief description about your job role?
Okay, so who I am. My name is Bre. I'm 25 years old, from London. I guess I'd say that I'm just a musician, a music contributor at this point, because I feel like it's a bit varied what I do. I'm currently working at Sony Music in the international marketing team, but also do BVs for friends now. I still songwrite, have done a few top lines for a few people,
Sick.
Also released my own music. Part of a women collective called Women Connect, which is amazing. I feel like that's it.
Sick!
Was that a good answer? That was everything, wasn't it?
And what made you decide to want to work at Sony after graduating from the Brit School, and how did you go about gaining this position?
So I actually decided that I wanted to work for Sony at Brit, because so obviously every year at the Brit School they have the Sony ATV songwriting.
Yes, I remember those.
So in my first year at Brit, I went or applied for it, and I came second.
Nice.
So obviously, got to go down to Sony ATV, got to show them my songs. Then the following year, I think I became like 7th, but I was still top 10, right? So I still got to email someone, or there was some sort of thing. So because I think I got to go to the office and speak to them and see how it was, I just loved the brand. Sony loved it. Obviously, found out that Sony ATV and Sony Music are different.
Yeah.
But I found out that the two were different. Sony ATV is publishing, Sony Music are the label.
Yeah.
But Sony as a brand, obviously the affinity started then. So I was like, I love Sony. So I always said, after being in the girl group and just kind of falling in love with the music business as much as the creative, I was like, okay, I want to study, I want to do all of that. Music business, I want to study that and get into the more corporate side of it. And if I were to work for any sort of music company, I'd want it to be Sony.
Nice.
So that's when I first was like, I want to work for them,
That's amazing.
So then that was my kind of goal. I decided to go to uni, study music industry management, specialised in marketing on my year abroad and at Hertfordshire, which is where I went. Nice. And then as soon as I was done, I was applying for internship programs and just everything Sony.
I hear you.
So that was kind of like my
the goal.
The goal
to get Sony.
It's kind of. I mean, I applied elsewhere, but my tunnel vision was
and you got it. It worked. That's so funny. So why do you think marketing is so crucial for artists?
Do you know what it is? Marketing's like 50% of the job. It's crazy how important it is. And obviously some music is just amazing and it's great enough to kind of
do its own
trailblaze
work.
Right, do its own work. But I feel like marketing is so important because people are so complex, and I think how people are so easy to dismiss something when they don't receive it properly. So I feel like packaging a song up, packaging an artist up, the brand, the messaging, getting that right, just gives the music a fair chance.
Facts, I agree.
Because it's so easy to put music out there and it just gets lost in the ether, and there's so much going on, and it's like some people who may even really like it just would never ever hear it or come across it.
So
but when you have marketing, when you have PR, when you have advertising and all these other strategies, I think it just gives the music a fair chance at being heard and received. So I think now anyway, before I was kind of like, no, music means everything. But no, having some sort of strategy or just an idea of what you're gonna do, how you want people to perceive it, I think it's really important.
Yeah, it gives it its best shot. If the music's great and the marketing's great, it's like a double win.
Exactly.
So I agree.
Yeah, exactly.
What has been your biggest career difficulty to overcome, and what did you learn from it?
Biggest career difficulty, I would say, is when I was in the girl group. we basically gave ourselves a year.
What girl group was you in, by the way?
I used to sing with my two friends, Maria and Jemima, and we were in a girl group called Rain.
Nice.
I think we still have our first video. We filmed it at Bre. It was, when Bre had Bre sessions.
I think I actually remember watching it on YouTube.
And we did Confidence in Love, which is a song that Jemima started, and I think we all finished off writing it together. So we were in a girl group, and we finished Bre, and we decided to give it a go, and we had like quite a bit of interest at the time, and we gave it a year because we said, okay, look, there's 12 months, let's see how things go. We weren't expecting to like make it in a year, but we said, let's see what can happen in a year, and then we'll decide whether we want to go to uni or not. Because obviously if things were happening, then we'd like, forget uni, let's give it to But so much happened in that year, and so many people messed us about, and like so many things were happening that it got to like August, September, nothing had really taken shape. And it's weird because during that year, when we'd go into meetings and they talk about contracts, I was like, I want to know the clauses. Like, what does a term mean?
Clever.
What's a territory? Like, the nerd in me really was drawn to all of that.
And you have to.
So when it got to August, September, I was kind of like, as much as obviously music creatively will always be something I do, like there's no choice, I really wanted to give the business side and studying and all of that a go.
Nice.
So it was just really difficult thinking, what should I do? What should I go for? Then also obviously considering the group, considering the other girls, and like there were just so many factors. So I'd say that was probably the most difficult point where I was just like, oh my gosh, what happens now?
It's true.
But I really don't regret it. I think we've all been able to maintain our friendship.
That's important.
I've sung BVs for Maria, them two have sung BVs for me.
That's great.
And like I said, we can still do things creatively, but I'm just grateful that I went to uni and pursued that interest as well. Because now I've always got it. Do you know what I mean? Like, even if I was to leave today and be like, I want to be a star.
True. I've always got a degree to fall back on.
Do you know what I mean? So I feel like it was really difficult at the time. But I'm happy I got through it.
Good for you, Bre. That sounds amazing. How do you think the music industry has changed over the last few years? And do you have any foresight into what changes you think may happen in the future?
Oh, I would say, and okay, this is a bit late because streaming has been around now for a minute. But I think being on the inside and seeing the way streaming has changed everything, and how streaming is like, streaming defines my kind of day-to-day job role. So I'm kind of like, what would I have done a decade ago? Because like literally everything's about streams and playlists and so I'm like, what would this role have looked like? What would international marketing have looked like pre-streaming? So I feel like that for me is the biggest mind blower, because I'm just like, this has literally changed everything. So I say that's still the biggest shock for me even now. Because obviously at uni, and that's the thing, at uni, year on year, our course would change because something else would be created. And we're like, okay, so everything you learned last year is kind of out of date. And now we have to learn about this. And I remember when they were, because I went to uni 2014. So I remember them saying, like, talking about streaming. And I remember I didn't really even understand it properly. And I wasn't aware that I was doing it. Like, the concept hadn't kind of clicked for me. So to think that first year of uni, I was like, what the hell is streaming? And now I'm like...
It makes up like all of the cost of the music industry. It's crazy.
So that's definitely the biggest change. And then for the future, I think streaming is probably going to be here for a minute, because I just can't see anything being as revolutionary as that was. But I think watching the labels actually, and watching what major labels do will be really interesting, because I've definitely seen before at uni it was very much like, oh, major labels are wicked and evil, and I feel like when you're even a musician and an artist, you have that
love-hate relationship with them.
But now I'm in one, I definitely see its need, and I see its power and how fruitful it can really be, and it's amazing what they do here, honestly. So I think I definitely have a different attitude towards major labels, but I'm just interested to see how they keep up, because so many people are coming through on their own.
It's true.
It's like, oh, okay, like what are you guys gonna do? And it's really exciting to be a part of that as well. So I think that's the biggest thing I'm keeping an eye out for. Like, okay, even discovering stars, discovering new music. Like, obviously technology is coming up. There, I think there was an app I heard something about an app that's going to help people find new music, and I'm like, Ew,
Yeah.
like, what's that about? Like, what do you mean an app that's going to help
YouTube and Spotify? It's
right,
else.
yeah.
Wow.
Why does there need to be an app for it that's specifically, only designed for that? That's weird to me. But then I'm like, oh, well, is that what we're going
True.
for? So I'm excited for stuff like that. I'm like, okay, let's see what's going to happen.
It is so exciting. It's like just moving at its own pace.
Exactly.
So that leads me on to my next question. Regarding new artists that currently want to get signed, what advice would you give to them? And do you think they even need a record deal in this current climate?
Do you know what's so funny? So when I was at uni, one of my lecturers said, he was like, don't look for a deal and don't even look for a manager. Well, he said, yeah, but he said both. He was like, there's so much that you need to do on your own and that you can do on your own.
Yeah.
And then the people and the deal and everything will find you. And I used to hate that, and I still do hate that. So I'm like, it's not that simple, but whatever. But he's so right in the sense that there's so much groundwork that you can do on your own. And I feel like perfecting your craft, really figuring out what do you want from this. Do you want it to be, a like commercial star, or do you just want to be like a happy musician who can make money? Because even that's very different. I have friends who make a living off of music, and hardly anyone knows their name. They've never had a billboard, they've never been signed. Wow. So it's like, do you want to make a living, or do you want to be a star? Do you know what I mean? So even stuff like that, I think it's that stuff that you can find within yourself. You don't need to necessarily chase a deal or be signed to have that. So I think there's a lot that people can do on their own. And even, to be honest, seeing the way that some people have come to the building, they've already had half of it sorted. And then the label maybe fine-tunes, or, labels have the means to take it to the next level, but you come with the seed.
Do you know and they probably get a better deal doing all the groundwork anyway.
Exactly. So I would definitely say, and also just to keep a hold of your vision and your integrity, get that down, show that there's a fan base for it, and then at least you can take that to a label and be like, hey, you don't have to change me, because clearly what I'm doing is already working.
And I know what
I've got the following.
Sick.
Do you know what I mean? So I feel like, and I wouldn't, especially nowadays, I wouldn't rush to get a deal. Well, I'm not trying to say don't get a deal, but I think there's a lot that you can do on your own, and then I've seen now how major labels can just take it to the next level. So, like, I definitely recommend deals, but I think you don't have to rush into them.
Do the legwork by yourself, and then, the best things will come to you. That's amazing. Working with a lot of different artists, what common traits do you see with the ones that rise to the top?
I think, I'd say work ethic. I'd say work ethic just because I think the ones that I thought were successful, and then now I've come in and actually seen why, it's been because they're willing to do everything, they're easy to work with. Like, because I feel like when you're nice to people, people want to be nice for you. And especially now that I'm working for a major label, obviously I have to work regardless, but you do naturally tend to go above and beyond for someone that you genuinely have do you know what I mean? Have a connection with. Or if you've spoken to an artist and you see how genuine they are, and they're willing to work with you, and they're willing to try your ideas, naturally you might, the ideas might flow a bit easier versus someone who's a bit more difficult, someone who's not willing to do it. So I think work ethic and just being like cooperative, that's where I've seen those are the people that get the favors. Those are the people who get like the seniors who can make a difference. They'll have them on their side because it's like, I know these people are hardworking. And I haven't really, to be honest, I haven't seen any horrible artists actually, but it's just that the ones that I have seen now, they are literally there all the time, and they're ready, and they'll do this interview and they'll film this, and they're just ready and willing. And obviously we want that. We're like, thank you,
all want to win.
Exactly.
That's a really good point, because it's true when they say like treat everybody, no matter their position, vice president or anyone that's starting an intern, treat them with the same level of respect, because the same people you see doing that intern role will turn out to be the same people running the company. I'm telling you.
It's so true.
That's a crazy point.
It's so true. And I think what I've seen is that everyone knows everyone. It's so small, and that one minute someone's this, and then the next minute their own little brand.
And then if you treated them bad, no, they're not gonna want. And everyone remembers everything.
Everyone remembers everything. So that's why I'm like, the people who are like making it and they're out there and they're doing amazing. They all genuinely they're all genuinely just stand up people.
That's lovely.
Who are willing to work, who are nice and easy to get on with, and I feel like that's that's what I've noticed the
That's
most.
really good. Yeah, be nice to people, folks.
Just be nice.
It's important.
Yeah.
So, as an artist yourself, you've just released a video for your song called Where This Could Go.
Yes.
Do you find there are advantages for being an artist and working directly at Sony, or are there any difficulties you encounter wearing both the artist and marketer hat?
I think at first I was nervous about how the two would be able to coincide, but I think again it links back to what I was saying about what you want.
Yeah.
For me, this is what I want. Like, I'm really happy working for a record label and pouring into other people's dreams and working like with and for other artists.
Yeah.
Music for me has always been therapeutic. It's been a personal thing. I'm not trying to,
like,
my goal right now is not to be a superstar. That's not what I'm after. I just want to create and put it out, and do you know what I mean? So for me it's very easy because there's no compromise. I'm not in here trying to steal contact.
And sitting back and doing your work,
exactly.
like,
why are they doing this? Like, no, I genuinely want to pour into someone else's vision.
That's wicked.
And then keep my own. And when I want to sing, I'll sing. And if I don't want to sing, I don't sing.
That's
do you know
lovely.
what I mean? So I think it's, but that's because I decided early on that right now anyway, this is what I want.
Yeah.
You know, I was saying earlier about figuring out what do you actually want.
Yeah.
I just want to be, I want to be happy, and I feel like right now I'm happy, and releasing my own music is just for myself. Like, it's just when I feel comfortable. It's not because I feel there's a demand or there's a schedule and it's a release plan. It's nothing like that. So right now it's working, and I'm really happy. And like I said, I find it really interesting to be a part of someone else's journey and to pour into that and support that. And also just to be in the business and figure out how that goes. I've always, you know, as much as I've loved music, I've always been a nerd, and I love the business side of things. So I love being in the meetings, and I love the timetables and the schedules and the planning, promo trips.
True, you can pick anyone's brain about anything.
So right now it works. But again, that's because I decided early on and figured out early on that I didn't necessarily want to be that star. You know, who, especially when I was younger, I didn't want to do all of that. I just wanted to do whatever interests me, and right now I'm doing what interests me.
That's so refreshing to hear, because it's true, there is a sense of freedom to being able to just put out your music how and when you want, and not trying to chase that top 5. It's 100%.
Stressful. No, and this is the thing, like, what I've realised working here is that this is a business. Like, when you put out music, it might be cute, oh, you like this chord progression, but it's a product.
These meetings are about business. They don't care how much you like your song. It's the truth.
It's a product ultimately, and tomorrow the products could become water bottles, and the next day the products could become trainers, but it's a product, you know what I mean? So as much as we believe in the artist and we love the music, of course you want to make money too, right? So that's what I realised, and for me it's not about my music anyway, it's not about making money, it's just about how I feel about it, what I'm going through at the time. So it's easy to work for Sony and to be an artist because the two for me in my head are completely different. I'm not trying to hit the charts, make any money, recoup anything, pay anyone back. I'm not involved like that. I'm just doing what I love. And then when I come to work, I'm also doing what I love. So
That's
it's
amazing.
so I've just found my sweet spot. And I think, because it's funny, I was talking to an artist the other day who works for a label, and they want to be an artist. They want to be a star. And I said to them, I don't think I'd recommend it, because it is such a different hat that you have to put on. I feel like you'd be taking some of your own creative juices and pouring it into something else, when you should be retaining it for your journey. So I think I wouldn't recommend working in a label if you want to be a creator. Be a creator.
That's key advice,
live in your truth. If that's what you are, do it, and do it wholeheartedly. I know that when I was doing it wholeheartedly, my mind was literally always like, oh, I want to be in on the meetings. I want to see the contracts. I want to do all of that. I knew that, okay, I couldn't be an artist full time. Like, that would stress me out.
And you have to go all in.
You have to go all in.
50, you can't do it like that.
This is it. So I think I wouldn't recommend doing both if you can't. If you have a clear goal, stick to it. But for me, I am happy. I found my sweet spot.
Good for you, Bre. And it's good that these artists have got you in their meetings, because you genuinely care about the music. So it's not just about selling for you.
Exactly. I genuinely love the music. And I think I just have an understanding too, because I'm like, do you know what? Maybe it didn't get the charts, or maybe it didn't get the attention that it needed, but it's a damn good song. For me as a musician, I'm coming to you telling you that was a really good song, so don't worry about it. So I feel like for me it aids.
That's lovely.
It really aids each other.
And what is your favourite part of working at Sony, and why?
Do you know what? I feel like when I loved the brand when I was 16, they have lived up to every expectation, because it's just such a fun company. And I feel like for me personally, I've really been able to be myself and celebrate myself here, and I've never received any challenge, any kind of like resistance. We are always encouraged to be creative, to come up with new ideas, to try things. Just try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but let's just try it. So I think that's really refreshing, because I thought, again, when you're at uni, when you're studying the music business, it's like the majors are wicked and evil. But you know, I can't speak for anyone else, but Sony is a real vibe in here. It's really nice. There's a great group of black women who are like together. We're like a little squad, so it's nice to see yourself in the legal department and in this department and that department. So it's diverse, it's really creative, they're super supportive. We have a really strong group of people leading the company, I feel, from what I've seen. And I just feel like it's a really exciting company to work for. I've never felt compromised, and I feel like it's as difficult as the balance is, it's a good balance of business and creative. I think it meets it well. So it's a good place.
Sick, Bre. And then lastly, with your non-stop musical endeavours, both personally and professionally, what does it mean to you to give your all or nothing?
What does it mean to give my all or nothing? I think just being undiluted. So to give your all, it's like there's nothing diluting it. It's just this whole concentrated focus on that thing. And that's what I think, again, going back to an artist deciding what it is they want. If you want to be a star, like decide that and focus on that wholeheartedly. Don't question it. Hold that truth and run with it. And if you don't, like, leave it alone. Like, whatever you're doing, just be wholehearted in it.
I agree.
And focus and it's difficult, and it's something I've even struggled with, but I think
like we got to balance like a part-time job and all of that.
Exactly. But I think giving your all is not only about what you're physically doing. I think giving your all is also mental, it's also emotional, it's also spiritual. So I think you can still give your all and give 30 hours to your part-time job. Do you know what I mean? You can still give your all. I think it's definitely a mindset. But I think it's important to lock down, because it's so easy to be swayed, and especially in music, it's really hard.
Things don't happen quick enough. Like, you might lose faith a bit, but you gotta hang in there, man.
Definitely hang in there, and I think that's one thing I noticed looking back. Even though I'm really happy with my journey, I definitely think now a year wasn't long enough. Like for me and the girls to give ourselves just a year was naive. It should have been all or nothing. It should have been like, okay, we're gonna do this regardless of who supports us, regardless of who's going to give us an opportunity. This is what it is, or leave it alone. And I'd say maybe our only, I wouldn't call it a mistake, but our only kind of naive decision was given a time frame, and such a short time frame. So I think, again, you can give your all or nothing and still be doing other things. It's more a mindset, it's more a heart positioning, and more so an attitude.
Nice. Wicked. Thank you so much, Bre.
Thanks for having me.
For being my guest today, and thank you all for listening. See you guys next episode.